Hey guys, Chad here. Got one more beer review for 2013. This was given to me personally by Scott Veltman at Ommegang, and this is a beer of his, Ommegang Wild at Heart American Wild Ale, 8% ABV. It's kind of a long description on the back. It's basically they use only wild Brettanomyces yeast. Pours a rich amber hue with a full white head. Aromas include mango, pineapple, and passion fruit. Complex flavors present, a touch of tartness, carefully balanced with gentle malt sweetness and subtle hop bitterness. They use Motueka and Topaz hops to create uncommon tastes and aromas. This is just Brett yeast. I didn't see 𝓑𝓲𝓿 or pediococcus or any of the other bacteria that you use to get like the really sourness. I thought I'd open this on camera because I haven't done this in a while. See if we get a good pop. Look at that smoke. I got my official Ommegang Game of Thrones goblet here. Love that sound. Alright. Well, that label was dead on. It said amber. Yep, amber golden. Extremely carbonated. Yeah, nice 2-3 finger white fluffy head on there. Yeah. You can definitely smell that Brett, like that kind of... Brett is more of like that farmhouse, like, funky kind of scent. It's not like truly sour or tart in the aroma. It does have a nice kind of citrusy, undertone here. Kind of lemony and, lemony kind of and farmhousey. So let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Wish it was the summer. This would be a great summer beer. Not so much on December 27th. Yeah, I mean, as soon as it hit my tongue, it was like very refreshing, nice kind of light flavor. It's kind of similar with the aroma. You get kind of lemony, general kind of citrusy, like almost like the lemon peel or the pith or whatever you call it. It's almost like a saison. Definitely get that kind of like crushed ground black pepper on here. It's quite dry. Not especially sweet at all. I mean, you can kind of taste that kind of citrusy kind of flavor, and I mean it's not tart. I really wouldn't call it tart. They actually make a point of saying on the bottle, for enhanced tartness, simply let the beer age, which would be nice. I've never really aged any Brett beers, well, unless you count Russian River Consecration. I still have one of those in the basement. Yeah, it has kind of like a bready, like almost starchy or cracker type maltiness going on here. Kind of very light malt, not very sweet. The tartness, I mean, it's not to say it's completely untart, but I mean the Brettanomyces is there. It's playing a role. You can't go into this thing you're going to get a sour. I think they kind of mismarketed it. I mean, when they call it wild, when you put wild in the name, people hear wild and they think sour, and that's not necessarily the same thing. Like I said, sour is usually due to 𝓑𝓲𝓿 and pediococcus and some other assorted coccuses. Look at the Russian River, Asian line of beers for all that stuff. But this is... So this, I mean, to me, this is more like an imperial strong saison or Belgian Belgian strong pale ale, something like that, brewed with Brett as opposed to like a straight sour. Very clean, refreshing. Like I said at the beginning, pretty highly carbonated. As you could probably tell from just hearing me not talking, but trying to talk, it definitely gets stuck in the throat. I have like this kind of like doughy kind of aftertaste. It's like dough or like I said, starch, crackery type thing. Like if you ever had like saltine crackers, that kind of starchy aftertaste and that sensation you get on the tongue. Although it does finish very clean. I mean, it's definitely a clean, dry beer. For 8%, I would never know this is 8% just by if I was to drink it blind. I mean, it's such a fairly light body, so like so highly carbonated, spritzy, really really refreshing. Would work so much better in the summer than the winter. This was actually, it was bottled in the summer, bottled on August 27th, Best by August 2016. But yeah, I mean, you have to kind of grade it in context here. Like I'm looking at Beer Advocate and they have it as a sour/wild ale. I think that's miscategorized. I think it should just be under Belgian Strong Pale Ale or Belgian Strong Ale or whatever. It's really not. It's not sour. It's not wild. It's just more like saison type territory. I remember Scott telling me, that the beer didn't get very good reviews because people went into it thinking it was going to be sour, and he's trying to say it's not. It's just a wild ale. They're not the same thing. I would agree with that. I got my rate beer up here, so I'm just going to grade it really quick. For aroma, I'll give it a 7. Smelled pretty good. Not amazing, but good. Appearance, I love the color. Had a nice big head. It's kind of, feels a little. It's still hanging in there. Not quite enough lacing for me to give it a 5 out of 5. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 on appearance. For taste, I give it a 7 out of 7 out of 10 on taste. Again, just like with the aroma, I mean, it smells good. It tastes really good. It's just not amazing. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's just plain good instead of knocking my socks off or anything like that. As for palate, I guess I'd give it a 4. I mean, highly drinkable for such a big beer. Yeah, even though it's really highly carbonated, I mean, it's not a challenge to drink at all. It's refreshing, so I mean, get a little bit of bonus points for that. So overall, I give it a 15 out of 20. That's a 3.7. So that's a 7 out of 10 on my scale, which is what I had thought, what I had thought of before going into that just before I posted that rate beer on those numbers. But anyways, yeah. So Ommegang, Wild at Heart, good beer, good solid beer, nice strong Belgian golden ale or whatever. Don't go into this thinking you're gonna get a sour. It's not sour. It's just if you like saisons, you'll love this. Or if you just like big Belgian-y beers, you'll like this. So yeah, thanks again to Scott for the bottle. This is the last beer review of 2013. I will be posting top 10 best and worst beers of 2013 probably on December 31st, although it's just going to be me reading the list of the camera. It's not going to be a montage like they've been last few years. So, all right, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.